We've unboxed the desk and we've lined everything up where you can see the numbers on them rather than lay everything out on the floor according to this pattern. There's just not enough room to do that. Yeah, so we'll just be able to pick through everything. I think we counted 34 parts, not including screws. Yeah, so there's only one piece, that one that didn't have a number. Hopefully we can figure it out. And a lot of them are self-identifying, like this piece of metal with the cross brace. So this includes screwdriver, Phillips, Allen wrench, and open-ended wrenches, metric 10 and 12. And the parts list tells you how many you should have by 1, by 2, and you should always check that if something's messed up. Then how many you should have of the little connectors and screws and washers and so forth. The first specific instruction is when you're putting these little dowel holders in, make sure you screw them in all the way down to where the screw is missing. And when you're adding something else on here, I guess we're going to be doing that a lot, put the little plastic retainer in so when you turn it, it'll catch the little dowel. Don't put it in like this because it'll block it immediately. And then turn it until it stops. Okay, I have 3 in. Here's what A looks like. It's got screws. Make sure when you start this, it's perpendicular to the board. This is MDF, and if you screw it wrong, it's just going to go in wrong. And this material is a little painful. If you get something crooked, you have to repair the hole so it will stop when it's in. And this part, piece 23, you push these little wood dowels in, and it's going to go with the holes facing inward on top of part 22. So notice they're not even. This should balance itself out when they're pushed onto these little hole inserts. There we go. And then we're going to tie these off with a little screw nut. All right, now we'll put these on. It doesn't say to put glue on here. I was thinking about that, but it doesn't say. I'm not going to do it. You see these little screw heads. We're going to put this on next, and that opening is going to face down. You see that little gap at the bottom? It's going to face down, so when you put it in, it's going to come on this head. You're going to screw it and attach it on there. I'll put this in, put that gap down. It won't really go in any other way because it'll get blocked. And then once it's in there, just tighten it up. And it does a pretty good job of holding it down. Do the next one. Pretty good fastening system. We're going to repeat that process with part 14, 13, and put the wooden dowels in 19 and 20. This piece is 15, 16, 17. I have this drill on low, and it'll spin out before it over tightens. There we go. And then, just to make sure it's in there, I'll tighten it by hand at the end. Saves a little time. Be careful, use a drill. You can strip everything out. We're going to put piece 18. There's no front or back, so we'll put that here. There's little slots in the back. Make sure it goes all the way in here in the back slot. Pick up piece 13 again, put the little handle, attach these little screws to the back, These are K screws. That's handle number 32. And that's going to go, I believe this line here is going to go in here. It's a drawer. Then we're going to put those dowel metal screw. Okay, we're going to put these little pegs in the slots of the drawer frame. And these little ties are on the outside. Make sure the opening fits toward the head. There's the drawer. So we have the drawer inverted. We have parts number 34, the rails. You can see it's marked DR. If you look at the diagram, this goes on this side, and then this one's going to go on the other side. And there are pre-drilled holes here for the J screws, and they're going to go in this hole and this hole. And if you push it up here, you can see the pre-drilled hole here and here. They're lined up, not the other two holes. Repeat on the other side. What we're doing here. So we got that drawer finished. Okay, this piece, 21, 19, and 20, to get it framed, to get the screws started. But to get them started, tighten them down. And 18 is going to slide in the bottom. Pull that tag off. Make sure it stays here in the sides, fits in the bottom slot down here. Put this handle on, get them started. Part 32 handle, K screws. A little tighten on them. Okay, that's the front of the door. That's going to go in here. See the slot that goes on the bottom to meet this bottom part. And these other dowels and these screw pegs are all going to line up. Give it a little whack. Make sure they're in there. We're going to put these locking screw heads on. Here we go. We're going to put these glide supports on the side of the drawer. And you see the little locking mechanism goes to the left. And you have 3 screws and they line up. But if you look closely at the picture, you'll see the closed end goes to the front and the open end goes to the back. So they go in there like that. And now I mentioned to go slowly so you don't strip. Just saves a little bit of time. Okay, do the other side. Now you have your folder hangers. There's 3 sizes you can put, letter legal and then super wide. This one just slides in and hangs in the back. It's fixed on this side, so you only adjust one side. You see parts 3 and 4. We're going to put this screw connectors in there, 6 on each one. Make sure you get them in the right holes. On the sides, we're going to put a pair of dowels in each one. And on the ends, when you put the pegs, deciding which holes they go into, because the instructions weren't clear, well, it's never going to be this hole, because that's where that metal screw peg comes in, and you put the nut in here to hold them together, so it's always next to it. So now we're going to peg up 2 P7s, a 6 and a 5, pegs in the end, and they're going to come down on top of part 4 and then on top of part 3. Of course, look for the notch. And then we're going to attach them with these little screw connectors. You see, one is a dowel and one is a little screw peg. I have those 4 pieces pegged up, and again, a reminder, whenever you're putting the peg in, you know where to put it, because it's not going to be the hole next to the lock. It's going to be the other hole. So all of those other pieces are the same way. Well, we just laid these in here. Wood goes in the hole. Metal screw goes where the circle is. And we're going to cap those off. The little nuts. All right, we have all 4 pieces stacked on top of 4. Now we're going to bring 3 over, turn it over, and lock them on also. All right, this little slider is going to match here. So you have to line up like this. Stop. Fit in there. Give a little tap. There we go. Now we'll get up underneath here and lock them in with the screw heads. Okay, get it lined up. Get this started. And then we have one here. We do have to put one down below and 2 on the other side. I'll tighten that a little bit. I'm going to get one on the other side with the other leg so it's easier to hold up.
I have to hold it straight.
You can see the double holes here. Lift it up a little bit. Once we get one on each side, then it'll sort of support itself. Another one goes in down here. See, that one went in fine. You can see how there's not a lot of space to work. Here we go. I have these on the other side. Almost tighten. Okay, what's the next step is to put piece 26 across the front with 2 F screws in these 2 holes. We'll finish up these F screws into piece 26. Okay, then we'll put piece 12 down the back here. These slots right here. There we go. Okay, we're past here. Look at the next step, which is get this metal bracket 25 with the little corner facing up onto the bottom of number 10 with G screws. Got that put on there. Give them a little tighten. There we go. Okay, these wider screws are the D screws, and they have like a really wide wood screw thread on them. And they go in pretty quickly because the thread is pretty far apart. Are the F screws, and those are machined like metal screw threads. Don't forget that number 29 double washer. Okay, we'll get these last 2 wood screws, and then we'll come in here with the last, tighten up those machine screws. All right, next step is we have piece number 8. We put 2 of these little connection screws in here. On piece number 1, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's the wrong way to do it. That's the right way to do it. Here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this is going to go. I wonder if I was supposed to put one in here too. I guess I was. Hold on. Line up these holes in that slot. There, that fits in that groove. They all fit in. And we're going to tighten them up with those B nuts. Just a suggestion, put the F bolts in first, because you're going to need some play between the tops and this metal to get them lined up. These little B lock nuts are easy to put in. I actually put the B in first and I had to loosen them all to be able to get these M bolts in. Sorry, these F bolts in. We're almost done. Got this L piece, and we're going to put these handles on here. It's a 31 and a 30, 31 and a 30, and we have H screw and L washer. They're going into these metal inserts. 1, 2, 3 on each side. The inside ones on this side, and the outside ones on the other side. Those handles went on easily, just spec the other sides of the holes, or if you have the different L configuration for the desk. Okay, we got those in. These are a little hard to tighten up with your hand. You may want to get cloth to hold that. This is going to get tipped over now. We're almost done. It's going to go in here. You have to, there's a little lip here to lay this on top of. We got that on there, don't let it fall. And we're going to put, I believe it's 3 more of the G screws and the eye nuts to hold that shelf up to the predefined holes here. All right, we got that put on. Make sure you get these really tight, because there's pressure in here with this spring mechanism. But sort of goes down slowly on its own a little bit. You can stand and work. It's kind of cool. And that's the last piece. Another 27 bar goes on here for support. We'll snap that in there. I was going to put it on when this was upside down, but instructions say wait. Yeah, so we got these little plastic caps cover these holes. And this little stand, very first thing we built, has these little felt stickers that go on. Okay. All right. Put the drawer in. You just slide in that little slot, both sides. All right, we'll put this drawer in. The wheels just go over just like in the kitchen and bathroom. There we go. And there's the redundant pieces they gave us in case we messed up. Okay, well, we're not going to put it in front of that window. It's a little bit too long. I'm going to move it, but that's what it looks like. Pretty nice. It's pretty solid when it's all put together. All the little screws and everything can hold some weight. I don't know if I'd sit on it. Probably. Let's give it a try. We got a good rotation. Fits a lot better this way. The glides are nice. They move real nicely, nice and smooth.